Okay, so biggest misconceptions in the nail world is that the cuticle is actually the skin that is actually living tissue. So what cuticle is, and I'm going to show you as I gently come in with my cuticle pusher and push back, it is actually what is left on the nail plate after you push back the living tissue of the hyponychium. Where nails can lift is all around what I call the horseshoe area. So all around the side walls of the nail and the top of the bit. So a lot of people like to come in and use nippers and everything like that. Not a fan, don't do it. The skin is going to grow back so much more calloused. You just have to go in with your cuticle pusher in gentle circular motions and just gently go around the side walls and just push it back until you expose what you can see. It looks like just like white, I guess like white flakes almost, I guess, on the nail plate. Now that is cuticle. It is dead, and that's what you need to remove. So gently, what you're doing is just kind of gently, I guess, scraping along the nail plate. You're not gouging, because you can actually do damage by actually removing cuticle. So just gently going in, scraping along the nail plate, and then coming in and just gently using, you can use the other side of your cuticle pusher to come and scrape it off. It really is important to know what is living tissue and what is not. Now, all of this white stuff that you can see that is exposed, I'm now trying to remove, even the sidewalls, that will create lifting. Now, whether it's gel polish, acrylic, hard gel, anything like that, it hates sticking to a rough surface as far as like, you know, if you've got dust and debris and things like that. It also hates sticking to a shiny surface. So big no-nos are leaving debris on your nail plate, but also not removing the shine and giving it a proper scrub and clean. So the very first step is coming in with the cuticle pusher, and you can see, like, look how much of that, it almost looks like it's really like dead skin, really. But that's a cuticle that's left on the nail plate. Just peel back those side walls and just get right in there, because this area is all the area it's going to lift. One of the biggest problems that beginner nail techs struggle with is, you know, maybe lifting or why my nail's not lasting. Well, prep is key, and even, you know, nail techs have been doing it for a really long time. They tend to get in a hurry and skip the prep, but really, it's one of the stages that you really should spend a lot of time on. You can do so much damage to the natural nail plate using an e-file if you're not trained properly. There's definitely a lot of risk to your client. So this is something that I start off with. It's a nice, safe way. To be honest, you can do just as good a job with your file and your cuticle pusher. Does it take longer? Absolutely. Touch up the ends of the nails with your hand file. So you really don't want to spend a lot of time on this stage. Now remember, we're putting tips over. If you were to do a natural gel manicure, absolutely, you need to make sure that your nails are shaped flawlessly, because you're just going to be putting an overlay of gel over it. But we're going to be putting tips over, so why are we going to waste time, you know, just filing your nails into a perfect shape? Now, all we're doing for this bit here is removing the shine. We're making it so the whole nail, I like to use the phrase matte. So just imagine when you go and put a matte top coat over a nail, the whole nail's matte. But you know how sometimes perhaps the nail tech may have missed a little spot and your nail's matte, and then you've got one shiny patch. That's what you don't want. Now, the same with this nail. The natural nail, if you have done perfect prep, your whole nail will be nice and matte all over. But there might have been a space where you have missed and it's a bit shiny. Make sure you just go over that with the file, because what's going to happen is you can have lifting and surface problems if you just leave that there. The whole nail should look nice and even and buffed and matte. We don't want to go in and be removing layers of the nail plate. That's not the purpose, and that's going to do damage to your natural nail. All we're doing is removing the cuticle, removing the shine. She's actually got a bit of old gel excess on here, so we just have to just smooth and buff over on her nail plate, as you can see. But where I want you to focus on right now is just around the cuticle area. And you can see here where I'm just got the skin and I'm peeling back and just really making sure that there's no white flakes or cuticle left on the nail plate, and has your surface nice and prepped, ready to go. At this stage, once you scrub, I definitely would ask your clients to hold out their hands before you put on any primer or anything like that, because what can happen is sometimes after you've done your prep, go and get other products to apply, such as your primer. Your client may have reached into their bag, grabbed their phone, they could lean on their hands, they could be touching their nails and having a look. What that's going to do is put bacteria and oils and dirt back onto the nail plate that you have perfectly prepped. Like, you watch your client the whole time after you scrubbed. I just say, hold out your hands, please don't touch them at all, and then I will come in with the tips and then prime and so on. Once the clients have something on the nails, whether it's a base coat, primer, things like that, they're less likely, I guess you could say, because they feel like they've got something on them, to go and touch their nails. And so that is prep. You can see the difference where I have almost finished the prep on the pinky finger in relation to the rest of the nails. You can see where there's all the excess cuticle left on there, and it looks a lot more clean on the pinky where I've already started the prep and wiped. Now I'm going to come in and just show you a really quick demo of how quick it is using an e-file. This is something that, please, I do not want you to try at home until you've done the appropriate training, but I just wanted to give you an example of how quick it is. Don't be discouraged if you feel like your prep is taking so long with the cuticle pusher. It doesn't have to be that way. You can definitely learn more as you go along.